Hi there, it's Grant here from the Investment of a Decade, and today I want to share some really exciting news from Teeka, where he's predicting in the short term that Bitcoin could dip to 28,000 to 32,000 in the short term, but he's going to kind of reveal, how you can overcome that. So I'm going to reveal that today in this video. But before I get into the video, Teeka Tiwari has just made another huge announcement. He says on June 1st, 2022, there's going to be the most explosive event in crypto history, where CryptoCoin and a couple of other cryptos are set to explode. This is an awesome summit. I've watched it. It's a great watch, and you will learn a lot. Now, if you want to watch this summit, all you got to do is come to this page. I'll link to this page in the description. Just come down to the bottom here, click this button, enter your email, and you can register for the American Crypto Summit absolutely free. And as soon as you enter your email here, you'll be directed towards this video. So anyway, out of the way, let's get on with today's email. So basically, Teeka's expecting a lot more volatility. Put my teeth back in. Volatility soon in Bitcoin and crypto. So basically, Teeka then attended the Bitcoin Miami conference, its biggest Bitcoin get together in the world, full of visionaries, top developers, crypto entrepreneurs, and so on and so forth. So basically, it says here, despite all the bullish news I heard there, Bitcoin still couldn't crack its 2022 high of about 48,000. This told me to expect some weakness ahead. And as of today, or this email, it's retracted to about 41,000. So it says, as Bitcoin goes, so does the overall crypto market. So obviously, if Bitcoin starts falling, the confidence in the other cryptos start falling as well. So today, Teeka's going to say, I'll tell you what's going on in Bitcoin and why all the volatility is happening, and yet another golden opportunity. So this is the current bout. Volatility in Bitcoin is due to a new set of players coming to the market, investors who think much differently than the old players. You see, the original movers and shakers in Bitcoin were the whales, the miners, and the true believers. Those participants are still holders, so basically they hold Bitcoin for the long term. And if you think about it, and a lot of experts agree, Bitcoin is a store of value, and it isn't really an asset to be sort of traded, between the peaks and troughs. It's something you buy, you hold, increases the value, much like a property. That's how a lot of people view Bitcoin. But there's new people buying it. But he says here, the new money coming into Bitcoin is from family offices, hedge funds, and small institutions. So we've seen a transition from the hodlers or the holders to more traditional Wall Street investors. Unlike the first wave investors who still see Bitcoin as a long-term store of value, the new players view Bitcoin as a trading asset like the dollar-yen trading pair, or risk-on, risk-off assets like high-growth tech stocks. They base their decisions on whether to go long or short Bitcoin on the expected trend in prevailing interest rates. Here's why that matters to them. Generally speaking, growth stocks take a bit of a hit when the Fed raises interest rates. Investors will accept higher market valuations on tech stocks if they expect interest rates to stay very low. It all has to do with a discounted cash flow. It's a formula used to predict future prices. I won't go into the weeds of the DCF modeling, but as the risk-free rate goes higher, the model revalues future cash flows low. So higher rates mean analysts must reprice their discounted cash flow models, and that results in their models pointing to lower prices for tech stocks. Since the new players view Bitcoin like a tech stock, they sell. So the long and short of it is that, these new investors are trading Bitcoin, so they buy, then they sell pretty soon after, just to rise the price fluctuations. And that's why, we're seeing all of this volatility, in the market. So let's have a look here. So along the way to become a massive success, misguided market narratives are mispricing these companies in the short term. For instance, many on Wall Street wrote off Amazon as a bookseller for much of its early corporate life. Under that narrative, how could anyone understand the real value of Amazon as a leading provider of web services and logistics? They couldn't. And the reason so few people got down to own Amazon during its best wealth building years. The same is true for Tesla. So basically the point he's getting to is a lot of people don't really understand Bitcoin still. And Bitcoin is far from being mature. But the more people who understand Bitcoin and the more it gets, more people buy it, obviously, sort of more people understand Bitcoin, the more people are going to buy it. But obviously Bitcoin, it says here, Bitcoin, the learning curve has been much faster. It grew to 1 trillion valuation its first dozen years. As if it gets ready to convert a new legion of world's investors to its benefits, I would expect Bitcoin to take about 4 more years to finally be understood by a greater part of the world's investors, which is kind of a good thing because it's not matured yet. And that's why Teeka's expecting Bitcoin to hit 500,000 by the end of 2025. Pretty bold prediction, but he's not alone in that prediction. So he says, you can bet it will be a wild ride from here to there, just like it was for Amazon and Tesla investors. So I don't want you to get discouraged if one market segment doesn't understand the disrupted idea and beats it down. In fact, I want you to see it as an opportunity. If we see Bitcoin continue to correct from lower from here, it's because a false narrative is driving it. Our job as investors is to recognize the false narratives and take advantage of the opportunity they represent by buying more on weakness. You should not be shocked to see Bitcoin weakens to 28 to 32,000 over the short term. Instead, you should be a buyer. That's how you take advantage of Wall Street's missigning of Bitcoin. Once the market matures, the mindset of these new players will shift and we'll see a consensus appear around Bitcoin as a long-term store of value. When that happens, we'll see it on its way to 500,000. So basically, Teeka's basically saying a lot of investors or new investors don't understand Bitcoin yet, and hence why there's all of this, volatility, because new investors have come into the market. They're buying it, then selling it, and they're not seeing it as a long-term store of value. And obviously, if Teeka's prediction comes true, Bitcoin does weaken to 28 to 32,000 over the short term. It's going to give a lot more investors who do believe in Bitcoin a massive opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Now, I just want to reiterate, I'm not giving you investment advice to buy Bitcoin. You've got to do your research and trust your own gut. But obviously this is what Teeka is saying, is obviously if Bitcoin does reduce to this level, it might be a really good idea to buy some Bitcoin according to Teeka, because Bitcoin isn't going to stay at 28 to 32,000 for long, especially if Teeka's prediction comes correct and it explodes up to 500,000 per Bitcoin. So whilst Teeka predicts that Bitcoin could dip to as low as 28,000, the way to profit from it is to be a buyer and view Bitcoin as a long store of value. Buy your Bitcoin, hold on to it for a long time. When I say a long time, 5 to 10 years at least, and then you'll be the winner. Because I was watching something else called Uncensored Crypto, and a lot of the experts on there see Bitcoin primarily as a long-term store of value, much like properties. People buy properties as a long-term store of value, but the problem with property, very expensive to get, complicated to get because you need mortgages, blah 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 blah, and there's a massive legal process. But with Bitcoin, you can buy Bitcoin today and sell it whenever you want. There's no legal process or anything like that. So that's why Bitcoin is going to be a great store of value. Easy to buy, easy to sell. Obviously, very robust network. It's going to be maturing over the next couple of years. So there we go. Those are Teeka's predictions on Bitcoin and crypto. And obviously, if Bitcoin dips, so will the crypto market. So maybe in the short term, there's going to be huge opportunity for crypto, for genuine crypto enthusiasts to get some absolutely cracking deals. So that's what I got for you. I thought I'd share it with you because it's really, really interesting. Just finish by saying, if you want to get and watch Teeka's American Crypto Summit, where he reveals this huge crypto event happening on June 1st, you come to this page, read it, click here, enter your email for free, and you can go and watch the American Crypto Summit. I'll put that page down in the description, by the way. So that's what I've got for you. Hope you found it interesting, and I'll speak to you soon.